y'all, so I am making a batch of elderberry syrup. I've got my Instant Pot set to warm. About that much. Yeah, I don't know. You could put a little more in there. And let's get to adding stuff. I don't know about you, but my kids act crazy when they have a cold, so I'm putting some chamomile in there. Just about a tablespoon. Got some star anise, and I got it at the Asian market, and it soothes the throat, it tastes good, and it has some antiviral properties. Plop in a handful of that. Next we have some cinnamon sticks, mostly for flavor. I mean, they have some medicinal value, but mostly it's just because they taste really good. Plopped in 2 of those. Next we have devil's claw. It tastes horrible, but it is good for fever, and it's good for pain. It's for like sore throats and headaches and body aches that go along with getting sick. That's what this is for. I put in a fistful of that. Next is ashwagandha, and it is a adaptogen, so it's going to help you recover from illness. I think I'm going to put about a tablespoon worth. It's pretty strong. Next is about 2 tablespoons of red root, and it has powerful antiviral properties, and it's good for coughs. Next is Echinacea angustifolia. This is different than Echinacea purpura. It is a powerful antiviral, and it's actually just as potent dry as it is fresh, unlike Echinacea purpura. Next is lavender flowers, and they are powerfully antiviral, and they taste good, and they smell good, and they're calming. That was about 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. And we are looking for the elderberries and the wild cherry bark. Cherry bark is fantastic for coughs, and of course the elderberry is what makes it all go. I'm going to put in a cup of elderberry, and probably, I think I'm going to put in about a 1/4 cup of the cherry bark. So the red root I added is also really good at moving the lymph fluids through the system, so it's going to help with the swollen lymph nodes that go along with being sick. Found my elderberries, so I'm going to put in 1 cup of this. My bag had a little bit extra in there, so just more than a cup. Put the rest in there. This is a very precise method, you see. So that's everything in my Instant Pot. Excuse me, I need to get a spoon. I'm going to stir it up. You want to stir it up? Here you go.
What do you put in it?
I put lots of stuff in there.
Like what? Water?
Mm-hmm. We're just going to run it with water for now. And then after it's done cooking, we'll strain all the herbs out and add our sweetener. And you can either use honey or sugar or like brown sugar. There's various things you can add to sweeten it. You can do vegetable glycerin, but that kind of makes it taste like cough syrup. And my kids and husband said that it's gross, so I'm not going to do that. I don't have enough honey, and I don't have white sugar, so we're going to add brown sugar to it. And the extra minerals in the molasses won't hurt.
Hey.
Ren's doing the stirring right now. There we go. All right. And just so you know, my settings. Probably shouldn't have done the keep warm, but you know.
Hey.
Alright, so I just cracked open the Instant Pot, and we are going to sift out all of the herb content. So now I've got all the herbs removed, and they're sitting in the strainer. And what we're going to do now is press the mast. This is called the mast. We're just going to press it. Pull that out. There's nothing you can really press out of that. So we just press and press. Just Just get every little bit into our elderberry. So I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Just press. What we have now is called an infusion. Give me my spoon.
What's an infusion?
An infusion is like a really strong tea. Where's the big of the spoons and the strainers? Oh, God. An infusion is a really strong tea. And so if you have like a sugar problem, like you don't eat sugar or can't, you can go ahead and bottle it up like this and use it, but you're going to have to keep it refrigerated. About half a bag of brown sugar here. I use this brand because it doesn't contain GMO sugar beets. It's just cane sugar. So I'm going to pour that in, and then we're going to give it a stir and bottle it up. So this is kind of neat. After I put the sugar in, all this stuff started floating to the top. And I thought I'd gotten it all out, but now I got stuff floating. So I'm going to get it all out. So we actually aren't going to bottle it up now. I was wrong. I've set it to saute on high, and I'm going to boil it for a little bit and get it to thicken up a little before I look at that, got a whole star of anise. I'm going to boil it for a bit before I bottle it, so it's just a little bit thicker, because it's just not, it just gets messy like this. So it's a lot more user-friendly to boil it a little bit. And the whole straining thing would have been a lot easier if I had thought to put my herbs in a bag first. Then I could have just pulled the bag out, set it in a strainer to drip, give it a good press and squeeze, and carried it out to the chickens. But no, I didn't do it that way. So I get to scoop and scoop and scoop. But hey, it's okay. Okay, it started boiling. Just to show you where we're starting. See how thin it is? We're not ready yet. It's going to boil for a while. We're wanting, see the volume hasn't changed a lot since we started. So we want that to decrease quite a bit. Boiling off some of the water in there. And that'll make it stronger, and it'll make it thicker, and a little bit easier to use, and more soothing to the throat.